you're 18.
Yeah.
You're a Punjabi girl from Delhi.
Yeah.
And you're doing a Kannada film. You don't know the language. How did you do that?
I don't know.
Did you just
Ratta Marot.
Huh.
I was very good with Ratta.
Huh.
I know because that's what I did with my social science in school. So I just got that film, and I always wanted to do films, but I didn't know how and when and what.
Huh.
So I decided to do that. I say, chalo, let's see what the experience is going to be like.
Huh.
I had no idea of how
Where
big...
was it shot?
Bangalore.
Okay.
And I had no idea of, in fact, the first call I even refused to them, and I had no idea there's a South Indian industry.
Huh.
I didn't know there's regional cinema, because being from an army background, I never grew up on a dose of films.
But
So,
you wanted to do films?
I wanted to do films, so I told them, I'm not going to do South films, I'll do Hindi, as if I have some godfather sitting in Hindi, you know. So that was my response to them as an 18-year-old, 12th standard child. And then they called my dad and they said, you know, it's a remake of a very big Tamil film, please watch the film, do it. So I decided to do that film for pocket money.
Right.
I thought I'm going to make money in lakhs and I'll be the first one
And
in
the
my friends
parents were cool.
Oh yeah, very cool. In fact, it was my mum, because I got that offer 1 week after I did my pictures, my first portfolio. And
within a week you had your first film offer?
First film offer, because they saw my pictures somewhere. In fact, it was so freaky that they called my dad and they said, we've seen her date of birth and she's going to be a big star one day and we want us. And I didn't even know anything. I was like, really? Okay. So the reason I just agreed to do that film was, chalo, I'll make some money and I'll buy a Ritz car and I'll be the first one in my friends to have a car.
That was the initial motivation.
Motivation. So that was my first brush with acting. And I just went on set. I met them on the first day of shoot. You won't believe me.
No way.
Yeah.
So script कुछ नहीं पता.
It was a remake, so I saw the original film.
ठीक है.
And then उन्होंने मुझे scenes दिए. They gave me the scenes and I crammed it up. Actually, 1 day before I met them, I learned. And they told me what it meant. And I thought of how I would do it in English. And I just remember doing it. And they were like, oh my God, she's learned the lines. And I was like, oh, okay, yeah. So I was like this
That was seen
child.
as dedication.
Yeah, but to me, that's how it happened. You know, I would just cram it up. And that's exactly what happened even in Telugu when I started my first film. Cram it up, but make an effort to understand every word.
Right.
So that's
why
that
you get the emotion.
Right. You get the emotion, and that's why now, after having done so many films, I speak the language.
Is there a different set of rules for every industry you work in?
Absolutely. I think it's not rules, but both the industries work very differently in terms of how you talk to people, in terms of actor projection, you know, like we're talking about the off-duty style and paps and how you contact people, or, you know, you're in a party to kind of make contacts. That doesn't happen in the South.
Really?
It doesn't happen in the South. You get a film, you're good in the film, you get some more films. They see
there's no networking.
There is no networking whatsoever needed. If you yourself want to network, that's another story. But I've never had the need to network. And actors are very friendly. You know, you kind of make your own little circle and it's basically purely on your film's success and how your film's done and how well you've done in the film. Whereas it's very different here. It's all about a lot of networking, being present everywhere, whether it's award functions or
being seen,
you know, being papped. But there's a fun to it as well, I feel.
Rakul, I read this interview of yours in, I think it was the Hindu, and they described you as a star heroine. And in that interview, you said that you really want to play now a rural character, not wear any makeup. And why is that important? And what is a star heroine?
Star heroine in the South is somebody who's worked with all the stars. So they start calling you a star heroine, or, you know, when you have
it's your co-star.
That plus, you know, when your films have done a certain amount, when you have a huge fan base, so they call you a star heroine. But yes, I think you know, after a point you wanna go to set and look forward to doing something different and not the usual. And I think after having done, I'm doing my 18th film in Telugu right now, I just feel that people take you more seriously maybe when you are maybe crying, which is actually the toughest, the easiest thing to do. but people just take you more seriously in a hard-hitting role. And more than people taking you seriously, you want to challenge yourself. You don't want to be repetitive and get bored with what you do. So I want to I have done rural characters, but now I want to do something more in that, you know, or maybe do more subject-oriented or content-oriented cinema. So I think that's what that interview said.
Do you ever find that you've been in a position where you have to choose, you know, and sort of in terms of prioritize?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It was a very difficult, I have to mention this, that in Telugu, I've always done 3 to 4 films at a time, and that's how it works, you know. The schedules are very different. You do 10 days in a month, and then your film is spread over 5-6 months, and you at all points doing 3 to 4 films, which is why in 4 years I did 16 films. And when I decided to take up Dede, they said that 6 months is what we need because we can't adjust dates with Ajay sir. So I happened to sign 2 films in Tamil, just happened, and then I signed Dede, and then I couldn't take up anything in Telugu. I knew it was the right decision because I knew what the script was, but I had to go through so much media bashing at that point because I didn't announce anything in Telugu, and Spider had released before that. So there was all kinds of news that because Spider has not worked, she has not got any film, has her stardom gone. You know, like how they love to write things. So I used to just see it and then just smile to myself. So that was a phase where I had to consciously tell myself that it's okay. You sometimes need to take 2 steps back to take a you know, a longer jump, a plunge into something different. And that was a phase where, you know, I had to figure how am I going to manage Hindi and Telugu without getting mentally disturbed, because I didn't want to. You can't keep reading like that every day when your own home industry is writing things that why are you not announcing a Telugu film? But then I started telling them that there's only 365 days in a year and there's only 4 films I can do, whereas I'm working in 3 Tamil and 1 Hindi, so I can't. So it's not about the language, it's about the different films that I'm doing. But yes, it works at a very different rate and it does take time. And now, after the film released, everybody's calmed down. So I also kept saying that, you know, I mean, there is a role which is a full-length role. It's not like I'm just there for 4 songs. So there was so much prep that went into the role. There was dance classes and bartending and God knows what all. So after they saw the movie, then everyone calmed down.
So all is well.
All's well that ends well.
Okay, and last question, what do we see you in next? What's the next release? Which language?
Next immediate release is Telugu, which is on August 9th, which is Manmadhudu with Nagsar. And then is October 2nd Marjava, which is with Siddharth. And then I have another film that I start shooting in Telugu right now in about 15 days time.
Do you ever get this mixed up that, you know, wait, which language, what am I doing, which way?
No, thankfully not. Like I said, like I pack up, right? Every time they say pack up, I am back to being Rakul. Right. So I literally work in compartmentalizing things. I'm like, okay, Bombay, chunk done. Now I'm going to Hyderabad, now just that's gone, now this is how it works. But I'm a walking, talking timetable. That's a problem that my friends have with me and I have with myself also. But then I'm pretty good with compartmentalizing sections in my brain, so in my head. So I haven't messed it up yet. Yes, sometimes I was shooting for a bilingual and I was talking it in English to somebody and doing Tamil dialogues and Telugu and then Hindi, and I'm like, what is happening? I am a Punjabi who's talking in Telugu and Tamil on set, and then English I was giving an interview. I'm like, what? Wait, there's khichdi happening of languages. But yeah.
How wonderful.
Yeah, but it's great. I think it's lovely and you get to learn so much more with different languages. And
you know, I really think lines are blurring. In another few years, there's nobody going to be saying that industry and this industry. It's all one industry.
It's all one industry. Yeah. And as actors, you know, I think even makers are now understanding that all you need to do is bring good content to the screen for audiences. Who would have thought Bahubali is going to be that big? Yeah. Who would have thought Prabhas is going to have a Saho which is going to be like that, or an Arjun Reddy becoming a Kabir Singh and doing the numbers that it's doing. Yeah. So it just shows that content is the same. Language is the only barrier, and I think that's really blurring now.
Yeah, so, it is. Yeah. And on that happy note,
and the happy brownies.
And the happy brownies. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
And keep juggling.
Thank you.